All right. Hello, everyone. Today we have Hassan. Hassan is a Mindtek graduate. He recently got his job offer and started working for about a month. And today we'll, talk about his job, how he's doing, and how he went through the Mindtek program, and how he landed the job. Hassan, thank you for coming. And today we will talk about your story, how you become successful after the Mindtech program. So, how's your job? That's the first question.
Honestly, it's a big relief from what I previously used to work as. And I'm fully remote, so it's really awesome. I make sure to, utilize those full 8 hours to accumulating myself to the environment, the team, and getting to know their whole system as well too. So it's really awesome, just being at home, having that leniency, but just also in general too, the job I'm in, I honestly love my company personally. The job itself, when it comes to testing right now, I'm still slowly learning within the team's softwares and a lot of their services and applications. So they're kind of steadily putting me in slowly. I'm not doing currently no tasks. It's like I'm going through almost another boot camp through with the company now too. And so I have a point of contact, and usually I message them in the morning if there's anything I can add on to my day besides what I can learn. So recently I just got my Mac. They had to switch my laptop, so and now I get to set up my environment all over again and kind of dig more into the testing. So it's been a great experience so far.
That's something new for you, right? That hard for you to adapt?
So I've noticed that in daily stand-up, depending on the mood of the day, you really have to pay attention to what's going on, because anything that's involving even just a developer, like later on, you're probably going to want to keep note of it, because it might have to do with some kind of integrated part of the application where you need to change something as well too. So I think my point of contact is doing a good job of reminding me those things, because at times, definitely during meetings, I can find myself drifting attention. So definitely, I think adapting to making sure that I'm paying attention to a lot of details, and making sure that I am paying attention to everything that's going on with the team, because it's going to impact me. And so what's pretty awesome is that we're very, dependent at home for the job itself, but as a team and for the job itself for testing, you're very dependent on others as well. And you might need even some knowledge training sessions with them, just to learn a little bit more. It's really an amazing experience, and it's taught me that there's a lot more within testing.
Wow. So, what about your day? Do you sit in front of the computer for 8 hours, or how does it go? Like, you working from home, right? So,
See,
just taking the meetings from your bed, how that looks like.
so that's the part that right now that I kind of actually stress myself on right now, because this is my first time. I've never been in a remote job, and also I've never been, in software engineering. So it's kind of really new to me. I kind of sometimes question if I'm doing enough, especially in the beginning, because I'm new, and I don't really know how much I'm supposed to be learning in a day. But for me, I attempt to utilize my full 8 hours. There's no one watching me or anything like that. Throughout the day, I would say there's maybe 1 hour to 2 hours average of meeting time. And then depending on, some KT sessions, you could have maybe 4 hours of meeting time, 5 hours, maybe three. But for the most part, you have a lot of time by yourself. And I think that's the important aspect of the job, is that when you're at home, you can easily be susceptible towards doing anything that you usually do at home. So that's the important thing I keep in mind, is to make sure that I'm paying attention to what I'm doing in those 8 hours and establish a work schedule, and making sure that I'm sticking to that schedule as well. I do take a break, here and there, 10 minutes, especially that I'm learning right now. I'll do like 50 minutes and then 10 minutes breaks. And then if there's any meetings on anything, if I want to catch a quick snack or make some quick coffee, that's 10 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes here and there. But honestly, you're not working like the full 8 hours.
Yeah.
And I think with a lot of what we learn and the skill that we have, it makes a lot of sense, because when it does comes to tasks, it could be time consuming and maybe even frustrating if you're stuck on something. So there's definitely, right now, it's just a chill period.
What about your meetings? Do you have to be on a camera, microphone on? How does that look like?
So it was funny. The first day, I had my camera on, making sure. Orientation, you're meeting a lot of different members besides your software team. You're meeting the whole HR team, and you're going through the orientation process. So a lot of that was cameras on. But pretty much when I landed to my software team, it was only the first day where we had cameras on. And after that, everyone just usually enters the meeting with cameras off, which is very chill. I always make sure I'm prepared and I'm dressed nice, but yeah, usually everyone's cameras off and no microphones are on at the same time. But obviously you're expected to be ready to talk when you're asked something, or being next to talk about something.
Great. That's great. Right. So you got your job. That's a lot of people dream, like the students, who study with us, the people who is trying to get into the IT, right? What do you say to these people? What do you suggest to these people? What they should do to be successful like you?
I think it all starts with attitude and making the choice. It can be easy to not do something in the fear of not accomplishing it. But for me, I think that time is going to pass by no matter what. Life's going to happen no matter what. And considering time especially, time's going to pass by no matter what. And if you're just kind of doing the same thing and time is passing by and you're still not satisfied, then maybe it's time to change something. So why not take the risk, and do something that can change your life, especially considering that it's only 6 months and that's not a lot of time. And so for me, that was the biggest thing, is that, if time is going to continue passing by and everything's going to stay the same, then I'm not satisfied with what's going on. And I think that's the biggest thing that pushed out fear, and that kind of pushed me too, is that time's, always going to be the same unless something doesn't change. So my attitude, knowing that if I just put in the work and know that I just follow the steps of the people that have the results that I want and keep doing it continuously until I achieve my goal, then I will attain it. And so having that in front of me, in the forefront of my mind, knowing that I will accomplish it, in my mind, that really pushed me every day to take action on the necessary steps to make sure I land that position. And I think I graduated not even after the 6 months boot camp and graduated, and I landed a job not even a month and a week after.
The first thing is the discipline. Like, discipline is very important. You gotta attend the classes, do your homework, and keep showing up all the time and be consistent, because you have one goal to get this job, to make a stable life, stable income, have a good job. That's one of the things that our students dreaming about. So, but if you have all this negativity around you, people say that job market is bad, and the first person says job market is bad, second person says the job market is bad. You will, apparently start thinking that job market is bad, and you will never even apply for a job. Like you mentioned, your attitude, and I mentioned that it is discipline that you need to have and keep going. Even if whatever the people say, whatever the market is there, right? However the market is, because we see people still landing the jobs. We had you and one more student landed a job recently in the month of August. Like one student got a two job offers, which is direct hire, full time with the great benefits. And she was consistently applying. She was showing up. She never thought about giving up because that was only the option. And that's I think everyone should have to be successful, right? Great. So, you studied at Mindtek. How was your studies? How is it? Like, did you get overwhelmed? Was it like something you enjoyed studying? How was it?
It definitely was all over the place. I definitely enjoyed the studying. And then whenever I would get stuck, yes, it'd be frustrating and overwhelming at times too. But I think, just again, taking, the advice and just practicing with whatever time that you have, not too much demanding time, but, enough to be comfortable where you're relieving your frustrations and everything. So that will reduce the overwhelming factors. But definitely, it's a change. So it's gonna be frustrating, as anything new is gonna be frustrating to learn, but this is something definitely that's rewarding because it's logic, and when you complete logic, it's like a dopamine kind of trigger effect in your brain. So I think that's what's the awesome part too, is that it's really rewarding when you see your logic kind of process correctly.
Did you have any background before joining Mindtek? Any IT?
Honestly, I mean, I knew how to pick up a computer and use it, type and everything. I did learn a little bit of Python before that, like on an online kind of course thing, like on my own time. So not even like maybe a month or two, but it helped me understand some of the beginning concepts. But honestly, the beginning concepts that we learned, in month one, you guys do a really good job going over it again. So I actually learned even more here than I did in the intro to Python. So yeah.
What factors you think played a role that you learned it more here?
Well, it was a consistent schedule. Definitely the opportunity to come into class, because then you can make sure that you have your phone away. I think psychology says is that when you're surrounded around people that are working towards the same goal, you feel more accounted for to pay attention. And so that means you feel a little bit more guilty when you pull out your phone and you're not paying attention, especially to the instructor. But definitely, and also the ability to even, do it at home too, to learn the classes from home, if you're sick or anything like that, or if you have some troubles going on, or if you're a little bit late from work. But yeah, definitely the consistent schedule, the guidance, and the whole framework of what is taught in the course into becoming a software development engineer and test. I'm seeing pretty much all of that applied within my current job. And so also the friendliness here too, the vibes, and it's a great environment just as well here to be here too. It's a very divine environment and uplifting place to be. So definitely encouraging to come into class as well too.
That's great. So how did you find out about the Mindtek?
I had a buddy of mine, Adam and Ayman, and I believe even their mother came into the course and graduated as well. And so they all three graduated, and I believe they all three landed a job, if I'm correct. And so my cousin was actually friends with him. And so after I heard about his stories, and also just knowing how much you can make with software engineering, and kind of getting the sense that I could possibly find a remote job, it was making a little bit more sense than what I was doing. And so considering, again, what I said earlier about time, is that if time's just going to pass by and this only takes 6 months, maybe if I don't even have the money, I could just sign up for a new credit card. So I just, I went ahead and did that. And here I am after I heard about, his story and everything. And I saw he had an awesome internship too, where he even got to go see SpaceX. And so I was like, wow, what if I land a cool job like that? Also work remote, make a lot of money, and do a little bit more about what I want in life. That really motivated me, seeing how young he was too.
Yeah.
And then also learning about how his other family members were doing it too, even younger than him. And I was like, oh, I'm in. I need to do this.
So, a lot of people still be, scared of doing the IT courses. They think that, it's all scam. People don't get a job, We have a lot of pros that people graduated and, landed the job. If someone will tell me, go join to this program, I'm doing some different job. Let's say I'm a truck driver, Uber driver, or I'm a waitress, right? I'm doing different jobs. If someone will tell me, go do this for 6 months, even you have some savings to make this course, or you don't have some savings, like you said, I will apply for credit card and get some amount of money to pay my tuition, and will do that and, give myself 100% committed, for this course. Why? Because you know how much you're going to make after the program. It's like 100K salary. It's, people study for 4 years, bachelor's degree, 2 years, master's degree, still don't make that money, honestly. They start with a 60K, at most 70K job, but 100K job after 6 months, people still think that's a spam. Why the companies pay that much of an amount of money? Because there are not enough people who know how to code. There are not enough people who know, who are engineers, software engineers. Not enough people, and that's why they need these people, and that's why they pay a lot for these people. So it's a great opportunity for those people, who still thinks if they need to join to this program. This is, like they gotta rethink, because it means if they still think, it means something is holding them. What is holding? I don't know. Right. So next question. How frequently you get paid from your company? Like how they pay you? Do they send you the check, or they do direct deposit, and monthly, 2 monthly? How does that work?
Yeah, so I was a direct hire, and actually my first week of orientation, we set up direct deposit right away. And so I think I got paid after the first week, because I was in the middle of their payout week. So yeah, but you get paid bi-weekly. At least for my company, I get paid bi-weekly. And so I'm on salary, and so there is no clock in or clock out. Specifically, my company is all mostly in Pacific time. So by the time it's 9 o'clock for me, it's like 7 a.m. over there. So a lot of them start 9 a.m. So I could probably start my day anywhere from like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11, really, if I wanted to, around their time. But I choose a little bit earlier too. So
you're flexible with the work time, because your actual company located with the Pacific time, right? And you are more flexible. You can start at 11 a.m. because it's a 9 a.m. for them, right? And that's good that, the money is getting deposited bi-weekly, which is, it's direct deposit. It goes right to your account. And usually it is W-2 payments, right? Which is when you get paid with the amount that's already the tax deducted amount, right? After tax amount.
yes.
So how much, like roughly, you don't have to say your salary, but how much roughly like software engineers make, and how much they get, bi-weekly?
Well, let's just say for sure it's over 3K every 2 weeks.
Over 3K?
So about over 3,000.
Okay.
every 2 weeks.
Around 7,000, right, in a month, which is
Yeah.
after tax, right?
I'm almost getting paid 3 times more than what I got for my job, what I went to school for, what I was going towards my master's for, and I'm making almost 3 times more after taxes. Still,
Wow. You tripled your salary.
almost.
Wow, that's crazy. So, and that's great. I'm very happy for you because you deserve this. I was teaching you some of the classes. We had some other instructors that teaching you, and I was seeing how much you were like passionate about this. You had a lot of interviews. You were always in touch with me, with the other instructors to know to successfully pass the interview, right? Because after the school, you don't just graduate. You always keep in touch, right? In the beginning, we help you, because you have some questions regarding the interviews, and you need to know how to properly answer them.
And I think that's a big thing that Mindtek does a great job with you and all the other instructors, is that you guys do take your time to make sure, everything is complete, and if you are someone that is asking those questions and that is coming to attend, like, you have the resources, all you have to do is just make sure to utilize them. And so you guys are very open with that too. And so I thank you so much for that, because I hear some other people in other companies and they say that they don't really do a good job teaching, and they become impatient when you ask too many questions, things like that. And this place has done a great job, and it's been a great time here.
Yeah. So our priority is, to give a great skills for students. Like all our instructors are experienced instructors. They are not teaching from zero, they have some background teaching at least like 1 year. And that's the first thing. Second thing, our main goal, I as a, owner of the school, I know that the students, the people who come here, they are not coming because they, want to be software engineer. They want to have a good job. They want to have a stable some financial income, so they can do some, have a good life in US, right? So as I know that, and I want to help the people till the end, if I see that person studying, has this passion to study and trying to find a job after the school, after they completing the program, and I see if that person is trying, we always help. But if you don't try, we always, sometimes we see the people who don't try the things, they think the job will come by itself. In that case, we can help with that, right? So we need to see that person has a passion to make this, to be successful. Okay. Anything that you want to share with the audience, who will be watching this video? People, usually people who either graduated the Mindtek or people who will be joining the Mindtek.
One thing I want to say is, for sure, I mean, if you're watching this right now and you're thinking about, making a change, definitely do it. Don't even think about it. You have so many resources, whether it's money, whatever it takes, whether getting a credit card, working a little bit more hours just so you can afford this, it's going to be a game changer, because not even less than 2 months, it's going to pay back. It's going to pay back tremendously, and it's going to help you grow as a person, and it's really going to expand your mind into who you can become and who you're willing to become as well too. And so if you're just watching this, go ahead, give a call, and find out more information, because that's what I did, and I'm glad I really did. I saw this ad in the middle of the night, and I called and asked some questions the next day and felt assured and signed up right away, and probably one of the best decisions ever at this moment.